For problem number 55, we have the natural log of the quantity y plus 6 minus the natural log of 4 is equal to x plus the natural log of x. And then we're asked to solve for y. And so there's this y that's trapped in there, okay? And I need to pull that y out. So in order to pull the y out, I'm going to have to pull the y out of the log function. Now the natural log has a base of e. If I hit everything with e right now, it's messy. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to clean it up a little bit first and then go from there. Now what I could do is these two natural logs, because they both have the same base of e, I can apply some properties. And so when I have a difference of logs with the same base, it's the first one over the second one. In other words, what I could do is I could say the natural log of y plus 6 all over 4 is equal to x plus the natural log of x. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, from this point, you might be tempted to try to, maybe if you divide the natural log of, in other words, I suppose I could, if I subtract this from both sides, and I say the natural log of x on both sides, on this side I get the natural log of y plus 6 over 4 minus the natural log of x is equal to x. Now if I apply that same property again, I could put x on the bottom of the denominator. Does that make sense to you guys? Mm-hmm. So then this becomes the natural log of y plus 6 all over 4x is equal to x. Now what's really nice is if I raise both of these to the e, in other words if I raise this to the e and raise that to the e, the e is the inverse of the natural log, so it kind of undoes this stuff and I'm left with y plus 6 all over 4x is equal to e to the x.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you raising it to the e or are you raising e to that stuff?
I'm raising e to that stuff.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. I'm glad that you asked because we do need to clarify that. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to get y by itself because that's what I was asked to do, was to solve for y, right? Let me double check and make sure. Yep, we're asked to solve the equation and they all say y equals y equals y equals. So I'm going to come back. If I multiply everything by 4x, and I push this through and I push this through, it cancels here, and I get y plus 6 is equal to 4x times e to the x. And I just subtract 6 from both sides. And I say y is equal to 4x e to the x minus 6. I don't know if I see that. Oh yeah, that's one of the answers. Which one is that?
A.
A. Is that the right answer? Yep.
Yes.
Any questions on that? Let me show this real quick. Are there any questions on that?